DJ, I guess start off, how's the beginning of camp been for you so far in your room?
It's been fun, very competitive. Coach Crime been getting after us each and every day. He's just making us better. He's pushing us to our limits, and we just embracing it.
I saw Prime earlier today, like when y'all were stretching, he was stretching with y'all. And I know he goes through. What's it like having a coach like that? Who's
Man,
so
I love
hands-on?
it. Man, just very hands-on. He's very hands-on, just drill by drill, just everything from what we do from walkthroughs to in the means to on the field. He just very hands-on with us. He shows us from his perspective first, then he lets us do it. So it's just fun working with him and just being around just something new and somebody that really cares for us as well.
Do you have a favorite Crime impression?
Other side of the pancake. And he loves, that's one of his sayings. If he's like, he has something else to say about something, he's like, the other side of the pancake is. It makes me laugh every time. It's funny.
How's camp going for you so far individually?
It's going really good. Just getting in shape, straining, working on what I need to work on to improve myself, and just getting pushed by my coaches and also teammates.
With JD not having been here for most of the spring, what does he bring? What does he bring to y'all's room, and how did you kind of see him grow last year?
Versatility. JD's a long corner, just press corner. Versatility though. Physical guy. Somebody we can count on for the fall as well. I'm very excited for him.
I know Champ Anthony was working behind you today. What have you seen out of him so far?
Improvement. I've been seeing a lot of improvement. Just growing, him learning, just him asking me stuff. I take that big on me. I want to teach him. I want to be there for him. You know, he's new here, so stuff can be fast, but I'm just taking him under me, with me, and he's been growing though.
Following up on that, has there been any memory you've had from maybe your first fall camp that you've been able to pass down on some of the new guys?
Really, the heat. That was big for me coming from Oregon. The heat difference, and I just tell them your body gonna get adjusted to it. As time go on, your body will get accumulated, and you'll grow with it. Just gotta stay down.
You're already talking about trying to teach kids, but Ron Roberts talked about leadership needing to grow a little bit in that secondary. How have you kind of taken the personal responsibility there?
Really, them telling, like, I'm kind of like an introvert type person, but they didn't. I got to work up out of that because I'm a guy that people count on and they need. So I've been trying to be more vocal with those guys and just interact more with those guys and help them.
How do you feel about the Pac-12 kind of dissipating?
Like just going away?
Yeah.
I kind of expected it. I did. I seen it coming.
All right.
Kind of on the note of the whole secondary, really, Coach Freeze kind of shared the same sentiment of just like, I guess kind of having the secondary go through a little bit more adversity, but like a lot of talent in the room in particular. Just who's kind of jumped out to you, especially through the start of fall camp?
Just secondary wise?
Yeah, just like in the secondary talent wise.
The whole first group, in my opinion, jumped out. Nehemiah, Jalen Simpson, and Zion, those guys, back end wise, just been communicating. Just making sure everybody on the same page and we all clicking. But young guys, K. Lee, he's a guy that I've been big on since spring. K. Lee, he came in ready and he's steady improving, steady pushing us in the corner room. Sylvester, I like Sylvester. He's playing in the nickel. He's having a good camp as well. Also Colton Hood, confident player. He's confident. He came in ready, confident, excited. He's ready to learn each and every day. He has questions, and that's what I like about him.
You said a couple weeks ago your expectation this year is to be an All-American. I know you talked in the spring about some of the improvements that you think you've had. What are some of the biggest things you're working on in your personal game, and kind of talk about the reasons why you feel confident that you can have a really big season?
Really, just seeing a lot, playing in a different conference, just seeing. Just different players, different receivers. I didn't seen a lot and played a lot of football, so I feel like that plays a factor in just my performance and how fast I play, and just also learning the game as well. Just being with the coaches more, being in the field more, studying formations, just knowing what's coming before it comes. Really.
A lot of your numbers last year, like advanced wise, were some of the best in the SEC in terms of coverage. Once you kind of got your feet wet for a few games, can you pinpoint any sort of specifics that were working well for you in coverage, or were you just kind of putting everything together? What was some of the biggest factors for success for you last year?
Really just trusting my coaches. They know what I'm capable of, and they put me in a position to just go grab it, go get it. Use your athletic ability, what God blessed you with, and attack it. So that's what I did.
DJ, from last season to this season, when you look at the coaching staff and how fast they're running practice and just kind of the culture of practice, 4 or 5 years, you make that pace. How fast are they going out there, and what do you like about what Coach Freeze has implemented from a practice tempo standpoint?
Oh, I love it, man. It's work. It's work, man. We tempo. We're going really fast out there, and they rotating receivers on us, working us route-wise. It's fun, though. It's very competitive as well because, when you get fatigued, that's when you really got to double down on your technique and just focusing in. So, and that's what I like, that he puts us in uncomfortable positions. So that's what we need.
Tate was telling us over there at the end of practice, you guys are going live, and Jarquez was kind of making up for some lost time, popping some dudes out there. Can you talk about how big it is for this team overall to have him back in the backfield?
Man, super excited to have him back. I'm so happy to see my guy. Just the energy he brings, just the confidence he brings to the team. That was just great to have him back out there with us. I'm very excited for him.
You mentioned some of the wide receiver rotation. When you've been facing them, there's obviously a lot of new guys. Who's kind of stood out to you so far in fall camp?
Shane Hooks. I'm excited for him. Shane Hooks. We've been working really good with each other. I'm excited for Shane Hooks, so that's my guy.
We keep hearing Caleb Burton's name a
Yeah,
lot.
Caleb, he's doing good.
What does he bring to the table?
Bring with speed. He's been in the slot more, so I haven't seen Caleb as much. But yeah, he's been working in the slot.
Have you ever been matched up against Fairweather?
I haven't been with him much. Not much.
Would you say Shane, if you're trying to high point a ball, would you say Shane is the toughest cover right now on the team?
Yeah, Shane's the high point guy for sure.
What do you see out of Jair's skill set? He was a guy who was kind of a big play guy at North Texas. What do you see out of what he's done?
Physicality. He's definitely bringing that to the receiver room. Just a big guy. Where he know how to use his body at the top of his routes. Just a physical guy. You can see it when you look at him.
You might have been asked about him earlier, but what's it like having JD back there at corner? You missed most of the spring, and just having him back out there in that corner for y'all.
It was great having JD back. Just seeing him, just getting back into the movements and just rolling, getting his game ready because we're gonna need him in the fall, and I'm excited for him. He didn't grew some since last year. He got stronger, a little bit faster. I'm excited for him.
He got a decent amount of snaps last year, especially towards the end of the year. How much do you think that kind of helped him get ready for year 2?
I think it helped him a lot, just being in the game, just seeing stuff, in-game experience, rather than practice. That made his confidence level go all the way up.
Good.